Stop before you buy another XRP or any crypto token or coin. You need to hear this. This is important. Right now, a narrative is spreading through crypto that is dangerously wrong, and I'm going to prove it to you with 10 hard facts, one by one. But here's what I need you to understand first. Fact number 10 is the one that will change everything. It's the number that exposes just how far this hype has gone. And I promise you, by the time I give it to you, you'll never look at these price predictions the same way again. So please stay with me, because if you leave early, you'll miss the most important piece of data in this entire conversation. This is crypto today. This is me today. I'm always beating the market. I'm always beating Berkshire Hathaway, the S&P 500. Just ask any of my Discordians, those that are YouTube members, in the chat. Say yes if that is true. Fact check me live to the world right now. Also, when this live stream comes out as a video, comment below, because people won't believe it. They'll be on X, they'll be making up stories, they'll be telling everybody about one thing to sell a few silly videos. I can honestly say, and I've gone through tens of thousands of YouTubers, there's nobody in the crypto space I would give 3 seconds to. I'm being brutally honest, and I don't care how many people don't like it. I am not a YouTuber. I'm a broadcaster. I've been doing the same job for 41 years, and I made my fame and fortune by being the world piano man. I'm an investor now, and I never lose money, and I'm always winning. That's crypto. That's my portfolio, and I'm in crypto. I've got loads of Bitcoin, loads of Ethereum and XRP. We'll come on to that later, and we'll do a live Q&A. But look how much I'm up today. You don't have to be losing money all the time. In fact, it's really easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. Tap the like button and consider subscribing if you want the most honest, real, successful channel on YouTube TV. And if you want our training courses, and if you want all our stuff, I virtually give it you for free. I'll explain that later on in the video. So let's get to it. Today's inflation report just dropped. We covered it live. I didn't just cover it, I explained it all and what the numbers would truly mean. And yes, it came in better than expected. But here's what the headlines aren't telling you. Better than expected is not the same or even close to being good. It's still hot. It is. In fact, it's still very, very hot. Inflation doesn't mean, no, you can't make money. Oh, we've got a star guest on the show. Thank you very much indeed for sharing this live. Let's read this out.
At Vocal Fossa tipped €2 through Super Chat. Alert, 2.5B crypto tax sell while after market close.
I can't confirm that. That's just being shared by a member of the show. Let's continue with this story. So it's still above target. Things are still expensive. And it means this. It means one thing. And it's everything you don't want to hear for crypto, despite social media influencers telling you a warped story. And I'll explain that in a minute. What today told us was no rate cuts, no easy money, no liquidity flood. And yet social media is screaming that XRP is about to go to $10,000. It's a joke. It's an absolute comedy routine. Anyone who spends a minute a day listening to these people deserves to have their phone taken away. I'm serious. They're all selfish, greedy people talking absolute rubbish. And they're not always beating the market like I always am. And they sell training courses which cost a fortune. Mine are virtually free, a couple of bucks. If you want my Discord, one-on-one service, no AI, just me, there it is. If you want all our other benefits on YouTube, there it is. No, never goes up in price, no inflation, just a few bucks, literally. So some are even saying, get ready for it, you think this is ridiculous so far, some are even saying $20,000 $3,000 on XRP because of something called the yen carry trade. I have not heard one YouTuber, and I've gone through thousands, who has a clue what the yen carry trade actually is. They're too busy wearing their masks, baseball caps, sitting around talking rubbish and just being a basic idiot, saying the most unqualified, stupid things. They don't have a clue what the yen carry trade actually is. So for those of you that want to know, here's the truth. That story isn't just wrong, it's the kind of wrong that wipes out portfolios. But don't worry, you can send me your money and I will custodian it for you, and I'll sell you a t-shirt in a minute or a training course on how to get it all back. And you'll come back because you're hooked to it. People gravitate around these people. Let's go through the facts one by one. Here's fact number one. We're going to break it down for you, nice and simple. Inflation is still above the Federal Reserve's 2% target. We are not there, and we are not even close. Fact two. Markets were pricing in multiple rate cuts this year. No, I wasn't. That's why I bought that. That's my portfolio. I wasn't pricing it in. Oh, and by the way, there's no options there. There's no shorts there. And that's all stocks and ETFs. Bought undervalue, simply looking at a balance sheet. This is being priced down right now in real time. So assets that are undervalued are making money. They always make money if you buy undervalue. However, if you buy speculative gambles, and I am in with crypto, 44,000, but I am in a winning position on all my positions, not losing on anything. And my future gains are protected because I've done tax harvesting and tax lots. So when I make money, that's tax-free as well. So let's carry on and break it all down. Fact number three. No rate cuts, and there will be none. And if you remember, I said a year ago there'd be none, if one at best, in 2026. Stand by that. If I've said that in the show, and Discordians and Electrum members who get me one-on-one, please do say yes in the chat and also reply in the comments afterwards. By the way, if you're watching this live or you're watching it later, go in the comments on your phone, swipe to the right and find the hype button, because you can hype this live stream and you can get it to rank up and show people the real news so people can really win. It'd be great. It'll take the channel to 1 million. It was designed by YouTube to help 100,000 subscribers get to 1 million. So fact three, number three, no rate cuts means no liquidity surge, and no liquidity surge means no speculative explosion. That's not pessimism. That is simply arithmetic. Fact four. The last time crypto had a real liquidity-driven bull run was 2020 to 2021. It was powered by near zero interest rates and trillions in stimulus. We're not going to have that again. Not even going to be close. So again, those that say a pattern repeats itself, a yada, 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 and all this stuff, don't know what they're talking about, just want to say what they want to say because it benefits them, even though it's utter nonsense. And as we speak to you, my portfolio is going up and up and up. When are you going to join the Discordians and the Lucasades who always win? We always beat the market. I always beat Berkshire Hathaway. Just for a couple of bucks. Zero interest rates and trillions of stimulus. That's what we had last time. None of that is going to happen this time. That environment does not exist today. I repeat, that environment does not exist today. Doesn't stop idiots, though, on YouTube and on X and wherever else making up utter nonsense, though, does it? And anyone telling you otherwise is either mistaken or hoping you don't check. Quite honestly, it's none of those things, actually. It is simply sad people who have a regular job, who then picked up a phone, went online, started telling everybody how to get rich in 5 minutes. People go, oh, this is great. This guy knows what he's talking about. No, he doesn't. He just made it up. All right. and they start following you. They think they get famous because hundreds of thousands of people watch them. Real fame is when you tour across the world and people travel to see you. That's real fame. I bet you any money you like, these YouTubers, if they put on an event, no one would turn up. I know. I saw him when Meet Kevin tried it, and he's got 2 million followers. Anyway, so it's not hoping you don't check. It's just trying to get famous for doing nothing, because essentially people are lazy. That's why I make my videos live. No team of editors, just on my own, all day, every day, never going anywhere, live. So keep watching, because facts number 5 through to 8 are where the yen carry the yen carry trade story completely falls apart. And this is the most laughable of all of it, the yen carry trade. This is the part that YouTubers don't even know what it is, but they're very happy making videos on it. The yen carry trade. What they're not telling you is because they just don't know. Fact number 5, the yen carry trade exists because Japan has maintained ultra low interest rates for decades. Decades. Before these YouTubers were even thought of, even born. They're focusing on today when actually the story is decades old. Nearly as old as me. It's one of the oldest macro trades in the world. Fact 6. Here's how it works. Investors borrow yen at almost zero cost and deploy that capital into higher yielding assets around the world. Fact number 7. If the Bank of Japan raises rates, and they've said they will, how do I know? Because we cover the Bank of Japan rates. As we speak, again, I'm going up, beating the market again, beating Buffett again, beating my crypto YouTubers again. My Discordians and Lecture members are all winning again. Simple. Let's carry on. So, Bank of Japan raises rates. They're going to, because they told us they're going to. How do I know? Because I stay up very late in the evening and cover it live. That's how I know they're going to raise the rates. That trade starts an unwind. But what they won't tell you on YouTube is that has already begun. You just can't see it. Just because you can't see it doesn't make it not exist. Capital gets pulled out of global markets, not going into them. I'll read that out again. Read that out again. It goes out of the market, not coming in. Fact number 8. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, and where YouTubers, basically comedians, get completely upside down and just spend their whole time. No wonder they're all wearing masks and hats and sunglasses and giant earphones. You notice I don't have earphones. I don't need them. You know why? Because I know how to build a studio properly, and you don't have to have bloody great headphones when you can monitor your system properly. Anyone who pays any attention to this stuff, you deserve to lose your money, quite frankly. So, fact number 8, historically, bit of history. This will confuse people. Historically, the carry trade unwinds are risk-off events. They trigger sell-offs, volatility, fear. They do not trigger speculative rallies. The very opposite of what you're being told. They do not trigger speculative rallies in high-risk assets. You've just got to read any proper financial investment strategy, learn how to be a financial advisor, you name it. This information is on day one in the first bloody, what's the word I'm looking for? In the first chapter of the book. I mean, this is not even difficult stuff, all right? It does not trigger speculative rallies in high risk. Look at my portfolio. You're watching it in real time. This is my real money. And that includes my crypto. So you can see how well I'm doing, right? Okay. So the idea that a yen carry trade unwind sends XRP to the moon. Yes, we bring that phrase back. They love this one. We're always going to the moon. I've never heard anything like it. Why is it always the moon? But we're always going to the moon. You know who made that up? A guy now who takes drugs, who cheated on his wife, who used to work at Pizza Hut, got really famous on YouTube. He's called BitBoy. You remember him? We prefer this one. It's called standing on the moon. I actually penned the phrase myself. It was a real thing. We find it more useful to stand on the moon as opposed to just kind of floating around at the end of a string going, oh, I don't know what I'm doing now. Well, you don't know what you're doing because you're talking to idiots. So XRP to the moon is not analysis. It's a story someone made up. Enough people shared it and that started to sound true. Because if everyone says it, it must be true, right? I've heard it on YouTube a million times. It must be true. Utter nonsense. We're giving away memberships, 1970 Buckley. Now, fact number 9 and 10. This is what you've stayed for. I said I'd reward you. You tap the like button. You click subscribe. You want to win. You always want to win. It's easy to win. It's easy to win. The hard part is to keep it. Stop losing. I can't believe this. I can believe it. We've got new members coming in all over the place. People are joining. Of course they're joining. You actually win all the time. It's like consistently. So facts number 9 and 10. The numbers that expose everything. I could expose you all the YouTube channels, couldn't I? But I'd be here all day. There's hundreds and thousands of them. I don't listen to any of them. They talk utter nonsense. There is no direct mechanism. None. None whatsoever where a carry trade unwind funnels capital, specifically into XRP. It's all made up by con artists, liars, cheats, God knows why, but I guess someone's got to be an idiot. Makes me look better, right? Makes me look better that I'm always winning. Anyway, specifically XRP. Yes, Ripple has partnerships in Japan. We're fully aware of that. I speak to people there. I don't speak to clowns on flipping X and YouTube. Believe this. I pick up the phone and I speak to people at the source. That's what I do. So they do have partnerships in Japan. And yes, there is real adoption there. There is. But adoption is not the same as price catalyst. And the connection between Japanese monetary policy and XRP's price is being stretched so far beyond reality that it's become something else entirely. Well, basically, it's just become a bunch of flipping idiots who want to get famous talking rubbish. I would say they're infamous. That's why we are very proud that we have the verification tick on our channel, which very few financial channels do. It means genuine and authentic. Okay? An important thing to have. It's become a fantasy sold to people who want to believe. And now, you made it to fact number 10. Here we go. This is the one for XRP to reach $10,000 per token. Some have said 16,000. It doesn't seem to matter how high it is. They just keep making it up. Let me explain that. And I know what these people are going to say. They're going to comment to this video going, you don't understand. You're focused on balance sheets and market caps. You're damn right.
I can't believe
I can believe it. New members coming in left, right and centre. This is why I always beat the market. Because I do. And this is live. This isn't edited. This isn't a team of editors. This is me live, going live. And look, I'm beating the market exactly like I described in the inflation report this morning. I'm also in crypto.
I can't believe this.
But how much more money would I be making if I was just in the stocks that actually make money? I'd be making a ton more money, but it doesn't matter. I'm happy and I want crypto, but I understand what it is and I understand what it isn't. So fact number 10, the total market capitalization of XRP alone would need to exceed the entire GDP of planet Earth. Let that sink in a moment as we hear this special guest here. Thank you so much for your super chat.
At TH1 Suede 3th Gaming tipped $2 through Super Chat. Whining, all day thanks Martin.
I think you mean winning, but I understand it was a spelling mistake. Winning all day. Yes, the members are always winning. But the GDP of planet Earth, that doesn't seem to bother people. They'll just say it anyway. Not the crypto market, not the stock market, the entire global economy. Every dollar, every euro, every transaction, every nation. That number doesn't represent a bullish target. It represents a mathematical impossibility under any structure that currently or ever will exist. Thank you, Diesel Raider. At any time in the history of the world ever. Well, you can believe it if you want. You can believe what you like. At the end of the day, you'll keep losing, I'll keep winning, I'll keep beating Berkshire, I'll keep beating the market, and you can carry on. It don't bother me. Right, anyway, and yet people are betting their savings on it, their life savings. I don't know how many people have actually focused their gambling addictions now on the basis of faith. I woke up this morning and God told me to buy XRP. Now, if you are a religious person, you will know that didn't Jesus turn over the tables in the trading market? So I'm not so sure God is phoning you up saying buy Bitcoin or XRP. I'm just saying, okay? So I would just focus on actual numbers, because if there is a God, and I don't know because I'm not smart enough, I'm not religious at all, I just get on and look at numbers. I just get on and do it. I don't know. But I know if there was a God, God would say, Martyn, you've got a brain, quite a good brain. You went all the way with your education, and I went literally all the way. Use your brain that I gave you to work it out. Okay, God, I'll do that. I won't wait for a sign that I need to buy XRP because someone down the pub told someone down the pub that God told them. I will focus on actual balance sheets. This is why I always win. So the danger is, in this market, it's not just bad trades. It's what happens when a narrative detaches so far from data that people stop asking questions. You may have heard this before. The bigger the lie, the more people believe it. And because we live in a world now of social media where everyone can create content, everyone can appear important, we all look like we're on the telly. This isn't fame. This isn't fame at all. I know what fame is. People followed me all over the world to my theatre shows. I know what real fame is. This is a privilege to be online, because at the end of the day, it's not fame. It's whoever YouTube decide to show to. That's it. So don't get above yourself. Don't get carried away. Remember, you are affecting real people's lives. So the bigger the lie, the more people believe it, less people ask questions. It sounds ridiculous, but that's how the world works, right? If the yen carry trade unwinds, this is actually what's going to happen. Liquidity tightens. If rates stay higher for longer, which they will, risk assets face pressure, which they will, and XRP, whatever you think of the technology, is a risk asset. It's not immune. It's not protected, and no partnership announcement changes the macro environment that we're operating in. It doesn't at all. And yesterday I put a video out, if you wait to the end, all about what actually is going to happen with crypto. I've explained the whole process because I talk to Ripple. I actually understand this stuff. All right. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up and then going to do some Q&A for you. So could XRP reach $5? Possibly. Under the right conditions, maybe 10. That's what I'm focusing on. Very happy with that. Very happy to 4 or 5x my money. Remember, I double my money every 7 years in the S&P 500, and I've shown people that say you can't get rich by buying the S&P and Coca-Cola, and I've proven you can. Oh, Martyn Lucas is only making money because of his memberships and his YouTube videos, blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, you could say that, I suppose, but what if I go into my 1 year? And I show you that in this terrible time of wars and markets crashing and everything else, I've made 25%, $110,000 without crypto, without options, without shorts. You do that every single year. In fact, you do that for 10 years, no matter how much money you've got, 25% every year. In fact, last year, I did 50%. This year, it's going to be 60 to 70%. That's way above Berkshire Hathaway, way above the S&P 500, and not actually that bad compared to Bitcoin's best days, but with none of the downside. Think about that. So don't tell me you can't get rich by just doing old school, good old fashioned basic principles of work and discipline. So I'm very happy if I double every 5 to 7 years of the S&P, which is the target. If I could get $5 or $10 on XRP, that's fantastic. Why $1,000?
Diesel_Ada tipped $1.99 through Super Chat. Kindly, gently obliterate the bloody like button.
Thank you, Diesel Raider. So maybe with a genuine bull cycle and favourable macro, but $10,000? Now you know what that actually means. This channel exists for one reason, to give you the data before the damage is done, not after. The next move in this market will reward the people who asked hard questions. And by the way, I would like you to judge me now in the hardest way humanly possible. Watch this, folks. If you're watching this live, you're about to get absolutely blown away. And if you're watching it later, in the comments, you're about to get blown away. I couldn't be more taking a risk than this. Are you ready? Yesterday, live on my show, unedited, unscripted, unprepared, I put out this video. It was live. This one here. It's time. They took control. I went live a couple of hours before yesterday's pump and predicted it. I have friends in all the banks. I have friends at Ripple. I have friends and CEOs all over the place. You've seen me interview them on the show. You see me always win. You see me always beat the market. And I went live 18 hours ago before the pump and told you they just took control and it's time. Didn't make a video afterwards. I did it live before. Now, if that's true, and if I did that before the rally, and it did rally yesterday, after that, if I went live before that rally, please now say yes in the chat. If you saw that live event telling you it's time, and it did. And an hour or 2 hours later, it did. Please put yes in the chat if that's true. If I'm making it all up and I'm a scammer like those other idiots, then please say, no, Martyn, you're a liar. It's all a nonsense. So the next move in this market will reward the people who ask the hard questions, not the silly questions, the hard questions. And it will push and it will punish the people who followed hype because it felt good. So the only question left is this. I want to thank you all for watching. Join me now on Extra if you want to see all the things you missed, including its time, including what today's report means for the inflation and everything else. I went through the whole thing. I explained it. I'll even give you a link at the end for those of you watching the video later. XRP and Bitcoin is great. I've got $44,000. I'm going all the way to 100 grand. That's fine. That's more money than I ever need or more money than I ever deserve. But it ain't going to 1 million. Don't need it to. Don't risk for things you don't actually need. Live Q&A coming up in a second. So the only question left is this one. Which one are you? If this gave you something that other channels didn't, please subscribe. We do things differently. I go live all the time. I don't make silly videos. I give you a training course and one-on-one service that's a couple of bucks a month with no inflation, no coupon code, no discounts, always the same. Always 90% off, always, forever. All right, join me. Tap the like button because what I'm watching now is the market. I'm studying it for you, and most people won't see what's coming. And I'd rather be ready, and I'd rather be here to support all of you. Thank you, Zach Zeit. He's confirming. Yes, yes, yes. Everyone saw it.
Zach Zeit tipped $5 through Super Chat.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a little Q&A, and then I'm going to send you off to those videos and the live stream. So if you have any comments or any questions, anything I missed during this live stream, I'll be back later. I've got Discord right after this. For all my Discordians, I'm going to offer one-on-one support. I'm going to show you all my trades because I'm going to be selling soon, tickets and profit. And I'm going to be sharing with you all of my trades before I make them, why I make them, and as I make them. 24/7. Who does that? Who at 3 in the morning, before and during and after, makes a trade, shares it with you at 3 a.m. and answers questions? No one. No one's mental enough. But I want this to be the greatest YouTube, greatest Discord server in the world. And that is what I'm trying to achieve. And I think we've already got it. But most people haven't discovered it yet. But they will. Okay. So you've all tapped the like button. Thank you. You've all clicked subscribe. Thank you. If you're watching over on the phone, come and join us on the mainstream, big widescreen TV version. Let's do some Q&A. If I don't have any Q&A, I'll end this stream out. And I'll be back for members event after this. I'm going to have some lunch and I'll be back for members for the rest of the day. For the rest of the day. Members only this afternoon. Let me end the poll. I'm very proud to say we have an educated audience. 379 of you have said price target of 5. 49% of you said that. 16% said $10. Higher was 15 and even extreme was 20%. I predict that's just the guess idiots talking rubbish. But I'm really proud that 48, 58, 68, nearly 65% of you between 5 and 10. Good. We have got the real investors, the winners on this channel. The rest of you just go and watch your nonsense. So let me see if I have any questions. Diesel Radio said, this channel makes you physically, mentally, emotionally, strategically, philosophically, heroically better. That's a comment and a half. Okay. No one's asked a question. Great. Fantastic. So I shall rock this on the head. Nobody wants to ask a question. All right. So fantastic. So I'm out of here now. I'll be back. I'll be on Discord in 20 minutes. Discord in 20 minutes. If you'd like Discord, a 90% discount, a couple of bucks to be a member on a browser. To be honest with you, everyone goes pro, which is $4.99 though. That is 24-hour access, direct messaging with me, all my trades, everything, 2-stage events every trading day. Everyone does that because it's only $4.99. Do that if you want to. If you want to be a YouTube member, because I'm back this afternoon after lunch with members only events, Electrum free stock analysis, free charts, free everything. Okay, to help everybody win. There's no reason to lose. There is the links. That's it from me. Thank you very much indeed. I'll see you on Discord in 20 minutes. I'll be back in a bit on Discord. Yes, Mark, with all my trades and everything. I'll see you back this afternoon for YouTube members. It's free analysis, discovering the next great businesses, the ones that we can make money on. And that is how I'm doing it. Always focusing on money, always winning. Look at that for gains. Look at that for gains, folks. Right, I'm out of here. Martyn, my birthday. Can you learn Your Love? Can you learn Your Love by Friday? Your Love. Send me a message. I'm not sure what Your Love is. I don't know who sings that or what that is. All right. That's it from me. Thank you ever so much indeed. Click above my head. If you're watching later, there'll be links up here. And down here, pinned in the comments, there'll also be my links for Discord, Electrum, and the videos you need to go and see. It's time they took control and the history of the whole thing. That'll be up here and down here. That's it from me. Thank you very much indeed. Stay where you are. It'll take you to extra now. Look how much money we're making. Remember, it's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. Stop listening to idiots on YouTube. They just make it up. Just stop doing it. See you in a bit. Ta-ra.